Hello there. So this is just a little talk through PowerPoint, some of the basic features on it and how to use it to put together your slideshow and to potentially complete your presentation and to put audio on it, etc. So little bits and pieces just to consider while you're doing that. Your PowerPoint is located as always the same as Word on the side of your Office 365 here. So you'll find it on the side ribbon there, and you'll also find it in the app bundle at the top. Okay, so that will be your online version. As VPN students, you're also entitled to download Microsoft Office for yourself, which will have all the packages on it. So you can download it from your 365 to 3 devices or something. Just because we know the problems I have with my internet, I am going to use my package on the computer rather than the online version, but I was just showing you where it was. Very same as the online version, so you have all of these templates that you can choose to use in order to format your presentation for you. Just a little thing that I found with the online version, sometimes when I was using it from the side ribbon here, it didn't allow me to add audio to my slides. The option wasn't coming up for me, but when I launched it from the bundle here, I could use audio, no problem. So I'm not sure if it's the same for yours or whatever. I also had an issue in one time where I couldn't record audio. I could only import an audio file that I had on my computer, so I just opened it in the desktop version in order to get around that. So just don't panic if it happens. There are ways around it. Just keep looking for solutions. Okay, so if we go to PowerPoint, I'm just going to go back a page to the opening page eventually. Without fail, there's always some form of a computer issue, so just give that a moment, it'll get there. Okay, so when you go into your PowerPoint, either online or on the downloaded version, you'll have a lot of options up here in terms of themes that you can use. So this will put decoration kind of on your slides, so it will have a set kind of style as you are putting it together. For the purposes of this, I'm just going to use a blank presentation because putting the pictures on it are one of the things that bring me joy for one reason, and for another just because I can show you what I mean from the blank and I can apply the designs later. So I'm just going to pull up one that I have populated with some words here. Okay, so this is my slideshow per se for today, and this is part of it. So like I said, if I want to use some of those templates, once I have my slideshow put together, I can go through the different templates that are available to me and apply them to my slideshow once it's finished. Okay, so it will have, as I go through it, it will organize things in that way. So the same if I were to change to a different style. Okay, so like you see, the theme kind of decides the style, the bullet points, the text, etc. on it. So regardless of what style you choose to use, it will have a way of presenting information. So sometimes it can be really useful, sometimes it can be a little bit more annoying because you have to rearrange some of your slideshow. But if you are using one of those templates, open it up at the start and then you'll see where things sit with it. You may have noticed as we're going through that our little design helper here, the design genie at the side, offers you other different kind of options that you can use in order to dress up your slideshow as well. So there's lots of ways of making it personal, making it stand out, making it individual. Just try not to get too busy with all of the different fonts, etc., because you don't want it to overtake the information that's on it. So if you're using your slideshow like this and you want to style it out, you can use some of the designs that are there, or you can add pictures, etc. for it. So I'm just going to show you how to add pictures in a couple of different ways, and then I'll show you how to put audio on it. So if I want to add a picture, I'm going to go into insert. This is one of the ways. So I can also go into pictures here, which is how I can insert pictures that I have stored on my computer. So if I click into that, it'll bring me to my pictures and the selection that I have to choose from. And when I go into that, I can choose one of the pictures that is there, and when I double click on it, it will apply it to the slide for me. Okay, then my little design editor here in the corner does the work for me and gives you a selection of different ways, okay, that it can be presented. So this is just a feature on the PowerPoint X. And if it doesn't come up automatically, you can find it under design and over here, design ideas. Okay, so it just allows you to choose different ways of using it if you wish, or you can just format the picture yourself. So that it allows you to do whatever you want with it. So again, I can double click on pictures there. I can choose a photo that appeals to me, and I can then choose any of these little design editors to put it on it, or I can click and drag the picture myself, okay, and put it where I want it. I can make it bigger. I can move the text by moving that box. So you can do whatever you want with it, basically. I like the little design editor here because it standardizes it for me. So it disappeared on me. So we're going to bring back our design ideas, and I'm going to choose one from there, which for some reason isn't applying, which is fine. You can manage without you. So I can put my picture there, and I can move my text so it's not interfering with it. Okay, and I move on to my next slide then. This time we're going to go and take one from the internet. So Google Images, you can search for whatever you want, and it will bring back a stock repository of images. So Google is a national repository, and the images that are there are available for use. Any of them that have copyright or royalty issues will have a watermark on them to prevent them being used unnecessary or by just randomly by people. But there are other sites that allow free images and royalty-free images, and one of those is pixabay.com. So you see it there. The reason I use this is because there are number one, the selection of photos wouldn't be as much as Google, but the quality of the pictures are quite good because they are kind of better pixelated than some of the Google pictures. So when you copy and paste them on your slide, they don't appear all grainy. They keep their form a little bit better. So you can search for whatever you want. There's a number of pictures that come up. The pictures that are on the top here are require paying for, but like I said, it allows you some money off. The ones that are underneath are free images. So you see free images, and it allows you whatever you want. So I like the look of that one. I'm going to take that. I'm going to copy the image. I'm going to go back to my slideshow, and I'm going to pop it on that slide. So I'm going to paste there. My designer has deserted me again. I don't know why. Okay, so again, you can choose whatever way you feel best displays your image. That one there. And it applies it for you. Okay, then I'm going to just show you that again in the same way. So do this one this time. Again, copy image, go back to your slideshow and paste it onto the image. Okay, our redesign editor there helps us out again. It just makes it all a little bit easier. It doesn't like that slide for some reason, so it must be something to do with the picture. So that's your slide. When you're doing your presentation, the slideshow is important as in terms of supporting the information that you're talking about. So your slideshow needs to be visually appealing. It needs to bring people in. It needs to be, so if you see here, my text is all the same, my bullet points are all the same, my font is the same. I don't have a whole lot of information on the slides because I don't want to overcrowd them. But you can do whatever you want with those. I use bullet points because the beauty of an audio presentation is that you can talk around the information that is on the slide. So that allows you to put in all of the information you want without having to crowd a slide with a lot of writing, because a slide with lots and lots of writing on it can sometimes be quite distracting, and people end up reading the slide instead of listening to you presenting it. So just keep it relatively vague. It doesn't have to be bullet pointed. You can use it whatever way you want, but just try not to have too many things on it. Okay, when you're referencing your images, you can reference or just put a tagline or a footer at the bottom to say that images are from pixabay.com or wherever you've gotten them, etc. Okay, so when it comes to your audio, it's always wise to have a script. It doesn't mean that you have to read it, because you don't want to sound too robotic. You want your voice to be light and as if you're having a conversation with somebody. You want to have a bit of intonation, show your personality within it, rather than just reading from something that you have prepared. But it's always wise just to have something there as a prompt for you to help you to fill each slide with the words that you want. When you're recording your audio, rule of thumb is generally between 1 and 2 minutes per slide of talking. Okay, so whatever information is on it, you would do 1 to 2 minutes per slide of information. So the audio, like I said, allows you to elaborate on what you have said here, but allows your presentation to carry that information rather than the writing on the slide. Okay, so it's really useful in terms of allowing you a lot more space to say and do what it is that you want to do without having to crowd or compromise your slides. You don't have to use pictures. You can use some of the styles that are there, or you can put whatever you want on them. It really makes no difference. I was just putting pictures on to show you how to do that. When it comes down to recording your audio, if you prepare your slideshow first, Then you're going to use, pick the slide that you want to do. And when you go to insert, that's where you'll find the audio option. So over here is the audio option. And when you press on that, you get the opportunity to either insert an audio file that you have on your computer or record audio. So this is an original presentation. So we're going to record our audio. So when I click on that, it brings up this little box. And this little box is our audio recorder. So first of all, it's always useful to give them a name so that if you need to find them, you know where they are. And then when you're ready to say your piece or put your audio on it, all you do is press this little red button. Okay, so when you press that, it goes faint and this one gets a red border, and that means that your recorder is on and you can start to speak, or the numbers will start counting up so you know that it's on then. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how that works. Click on that button. My square lights up, so I know now that this is live. My audio is on, so I can start talking through my presentation, explain what I'm going to do within it. My name is Shirley Dunnigan. What I'm going to take you through in this presentation is why social care is the career for me, the characteristics that social care workers should have, etc., etc. Okay, so when you're finished your recording piece, you press the little stop button there, and that stops the recording. Now you can play it back. My square lights up, so I know now that this is live. My audio is on, so I can start. Okay, so you can play it back to hear what it sounds like, and when you're happy with it, you can press the OK button, and that allows you to put your audio on the slide. It puts it on it for you. Okay, and there's your audio bar there. My square lights up, so I know now that this is live. My audio. Okay, so that's your audio on your slide now. The only problem with that is it drops it right here in the middle of my slide, and I don't like the aesthetics of that. I don't like that it is right central in the middle of where draws your eye. So for me, I'm going to move that out of the way, because I'm after putting slides together. I don't want a big speaker in the middle of it. So I highlight it so the dots come around it, and then I just drag it up into the corner out of the way. Okay, so it's not interfering with my slide, but it's still there. Okay, so if for any reason you were, so you go to your next slide, same again, insert, then go to record audio, and you do the same on this one. So once you press the button, this time, let's say per se you make a mistake and you have messed up the entire slide. So you don't want that on your presentation. That's not going to be great. So in that case, you can just cancel that recording and it'll disappear. Okay, so again, we can start again and we can do our recording. We can put our words on the page. We can talk through the fact that, though I'm a people person, I enjoy meeting and getting to know new people. So a career within the service industry is something that really appeals to me. Blah, blah, blah. When you're done, then you can press the stop button. You can erase it by pressing cancel, but if you're happy with it, you can press OK, and that will apply it to the slide. Okay, again, it drops it right in the middle, so just to show you that it works. We can put our... Okay, so it drops it right in the middle of the slide. I don't want it there, so I'm going to move it out of the way again. So I'm just being consistent and I'm putting it in the same place as I put it on the other one. Okay, so that there's no it's consistency with where it is. It doesn't matter where you put it. You can put it wherever you want, or you can leave it in the middle where you want, but just aesthetics wise, is it interrupting the information that you have on the slide? If after you've recorded your audio, you discover that you've said something wrong, or you've talked through the wrong slide, or you've forgotten a key piece that you wanted to put in it, all is not lost. You can highlight that recording and just delete it from the page, and that's it gone as well, and then record it again. Okay, so it's very simple. It practically does it for you. All you have to do is go through the motions. Once you stop and press OK, it'll apply it for you. If you want to move it, you can move it anywhere you want on the page. Just probably best not to put it in the way of the information that you have. So that is how to apply audio to your slideshows. Just one other thing that I've found quite useful over the course of while I was studying, and that's the snipping tool. So if you see your search bar here on a computer or a PC or a laptop, down the bottom, I search for snipping tool, or there's one called Snip and Sketch, to see if they're on your computer. So when I find the snipping tool, I can click on that and it'll open it for me. I have it pinned to my taskbar because I use it an awful lot. And the reason being that it will take a slice or an image from anywhere on your computer screen. So say for instance, I wanted just that lady's face. I don't want this one that's having a terrible hard day in it. I can press my snipping tool. When it comes up, then I press new. And then with this wee cursor, I can literally just take the element of the page that I want, and that becomes my picture. And I can copy and paste from there, or I can save it to my computer. So the same as if I just wanted the Google image, I can snip it. Okay, so just take that piece and that becomes my image. If I wanted to take the word PowerPoint or anything off that page, it allows you to take just that little element that you needed. So say I want the TU Dublin logo, I can just highlight that there, and then I can copy and paste that onto whatever I want, or I can save it. So I just find it really useful. The time I put up the references of the journals and books and things for you to do in class, that they were snipped from the top of journal articles. So I find it really useful, especially if you want to, if you're watching a YouTube video and you want to pause it and just take a snip of the picture that's on the screen, it'll allow you to do that. It'll allow you to take a portion of a page. It'll allow you to cut out your signature if you have a scan of it, anything like that. So it might be something that you'll use, it might not. I find it quite useful. I've used it a lot since I found out it existed. But that should get you through your presentation anyway. If there are any questions, you know where I am. Thank you very much. Hope that was helpful.